Welcome to the King of Hearts Magic. Today we're going to be talking about how to do the one-handed shuffle. It's a great way to mix a pack of cards with one hand. It definitely looks cool, and it's worth every piece of practice because it's such a nice move, and it's a great way to demonstrate skill with a pack of cards. Because it will take a lot of practice. So let's get straight to the tutorial. So let's talk about the grip that you'll want to get into for this shuffle. Instead of your everyday mechanics grip, you're going to want to get into this elevated grip above your palms. So you're going to have your pointing finger on the end, your pinky on the other end, your index and your ring finger here, and your thumb contacting the other edge of the cards. So you're going to have it slightly above your palms. So again, you're going to get from this position to this position. You can use two hands if you're just starting out, but as you progress, you're going to want to use only one hand to get into this position. Once you're here, you're going to want to take your pointing finger, peel off about half the cards. It doesn't have to be exact. As you can see, the bottom pack looks kind of bigger. It doesn't have to be exact. You're going to peel off half the cards, bring it about a centimeter down, and you're going to use your pointing finger and your thumb to bring your cards right side by side to the other pack. Once again, you're going to take about half your cards, peel it down, use your pointing finger and your thumb to bring it to the side, and you're going to align your cards side by side. Now this is a really hard part and a hard thing to do as you're starting out. So if you're just beginning, you can use two hands to help yourself. Use two hands if you're just starting out. But as you progress, you're going to want to use only one hand to get into this position. So just get into this position. Once you're in this position, which if you're starting out, you won't be able to do this with one hand, chances are. So just use two hands to kind of help you. You want to align your cards side by side. Once you're here, you're going to want to take your cards. You want to use your pointing finger and your thumb to rub this pack against this pack. So you're going to use these two fingers to rub this pack, the edges of this pack, against the edges of this pack. So just give it a little rub, and if you apply the right amount of pressure, you're going to have these cards merge into these cards. Again, we're going to take our cards, use this pointing finger and your thumb, rub this pack, rub the edges of this pack against the edges of this pack. If you have the right angle and the right amount of pressure, the cards will merge. And if you're just a beginner and you're just starting out at this shuffle, you might want to use a rather worn pack of cards, because if you use a brand new pack of cards and you've never really faro shuffled in your life, you might end up jacking up the edges of your cards, which won't look too nice. See, as you can see on the edges of this card, we kind of have some bends on the corners right here. So you don't want that to happen to your new decks. So use a deck that you don't really care about if you're starting out, and just rub the edges together like this. It may take some practice, but with the right amount of pressure and the right angles, you'll be able to push this pack into this pack. So you can see our cards are thoroughly shuffled just like that. This is known as the one-handed faro shuffle. Right? So we're going to get into our elevated grip, peel off half the deck, push it to the side, rub our cards using this pointing finger and your thumb side by side just like that. And eventually you'll be able to get your cards together. So once you're in this position, you can do one of three things. You can either normally push your cards together, just like this, take your fingers, take your pointing finger out, and just push your cards together, just like that. Once again, take your pointing finger out, and just push your cards together. Or you could jazz it up with the second way, which is basically the bridge, which looks just like that. To do the bridge, you're going to get into position, you're going to shuffle your cards together, and you're going to slowly bend your cards downward just like this. You're going to take your pointing finger out and you're going to continue squeezing. And all that pressure should squeeze your cards together and perform a one-handed bridge. Once again, it looks a little like this. Squeeze your cards downward, and you can bridge with one hand. If you're starting out, you might not want to bridge with a brand new deck of cards because it won't look pretty and you're going to end up bending a lot of your cards. Because as you see, when you bridge your cards, one side bends diagonally and the other side bends the other diagonal direction. So as you're starting out, you might want to use a jacked up pack of cards. Nothing brand new because you might end up bending them a lot. The third way is one of my favorite ways. Instead of a bridge or pushing your cards together, you can do what's called a waterfall, which is basically you're going to push your cards together and you're going to make a nice waterfall, just like that, where all your cards are running down into your other hand. So you're going to take your cards, position them, take your other hand, get ready to catch them, and slowly let the cards go one by one into the other hand. Once again, take your cards, slightly push them together, make a V shape. Take your other hand, get ready to catch them. Take your other hand, put your thumb on this side, and use your other fingers on this side. And just release your cards from the top, one by one, into the other hand. And you'll have a nice waterfall. It's very appealing. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to keep practicing because when you eventually get it down, I'm pretty sure you'll be the only one who knows how to do this. Because it is a hard move, but once you get it down, it's definitely worth it because it looks really cool. Be sure to like this video and leave a subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.